Would you like to learn how to make a delicious lobster bisque? Just like this? You would? Good. Because in this episode of the Lisa D's Delight Show, I'm going to show you how to do it.
Lisa D Delight.
Let's get started by adding some olive oil and some butter to a pot on medium heat. The butter is for flavor and the olive oil is so that the butter doesn't burn. The exact measurements and ingredient list will be in the description box below. Now let's add in the holy cooking trinity, which is carrots, celery, and onions. The veggies up in my kitchen are anointed, child. You ain't know? Now let's add in some leeks and some garlic. The leeks are optional. I just love anything onions. The garlic will get broken down later on in the recipe. Now let's add in some tomato paste. Mix that all up and get everything well combined. And then we're going to add some black peppercorns. I love Better Than Bouillon products. This Better Than Bouillon lobster base, it just adds amazing flavor to all seafood. It just elevates the profile so much. It's like a yummy base or a flavor enhancer. And when you add it to any seafood, it just knocks the flavor out the park. So I've already added the Better Than Bouillon lobster base, and I also added some dried thyme and some dried tarragon. Fresh is best, but I didn't have any. I also added some flour here to make something like a roux. I'm sorry, I'm missing the flour clip and a few other clips. My daggone production team is messing up again. You just can't get good help these days, child. I use the Better Than Bouillon in place of salt because it has a good amount of sodium already. So if you don't use that, I would just use some seasoned salt instead. And I use salted butter too. So I'm cooking off the raw flour taste, and we want to let the veggies cook down for about 15 minutes until they get soft. But you want to watch it and stir occasionally because we don't want any browning here or caramelization, because those are strong flavors that could compete with the delicate sweet flavor of the lobster that we're going for. Now let's work on the star of the show, the lobster tails. I have already cleaned the lobster tails, and now I'm going to show you how to cut them. I find that the easiest way to do it is to start off with some very sharp kitchen shears and to cut the lobster down the back, and then finish it off with a sharp knife and cut right down through the back of the lobster tail to the front. And pull the lobster meat out of the tail and chop it up. Just like so. Now I have my pan on medium heat, and I added some salted butter and the lobster tails. I seasoned the lobster tails with some fresh lemon and a tiny bit of the Better Than Bouillon lobster base. And of course, my production lost those clips too. I'm about to be handing out some pink slips up in her. So this is my homemade seafood stock. I'll put the recipe to this yumminess above. Of course, homemade is best, but if you don't have it, you can replace it with a store-bought fish stock or clam juice. Or you can use that Better Than Bouillon lobster base and make your own little quick stock by mixing some hot water with the lobster base. So the veggies have cooked down. I got them nice and soft. They cooked for about 15 minutes, and then I added in the seafood stock. And now I'm going to use my immersion blender to blend up all the veggies and all the yumminess to get it nice, smooth, and well combined. Next, we're going to add some heavy whipping cream, but less is more when it comes to the cream, because the more cream you add, the more you drown out the lobster flavor. But we're definitely going to try and get a richness here. And then after that, you want to go ahead and add that lobster meat to it. And no, I don't have a clip. I shouldn't even put this video out, but you know how much these lobster tails cost?
This video is being published.
Sure is. So you want to taste and adjust, see if you need anything. I would suggest you add a pinch of sugar. No, it doesn't make it sweet. It balances everything out, just a pinch. And also I needed to add just a pinch of salt. And then let that simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. And then it should look something like this. My God, forever. Baby. When I say y'all need to try this recipe, y'all need to try this recipe. It was so delicious. And if you don't want to use lobster, you can use shrimp instead of the lobster. The same exact recipe, just swap out the lobster with shrimp. The perfect recipe for the fall season that is upon us. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recipe. After all, I was just trying to help your palate. God bless you. Bye.
So good. Make sure you like and subscribe, and you make it so good. Make sure you like and subscribe.